So today's class is going to be focused on shoulder strengthening. So this is going to be really important for pop-ups. Obviously, if we surf regularly, our pop-ups should be pretty strong, but especially if it's been really slow with the surf or it's really flat and you haven't been going a lot, those muscles might get tired a little bit more. And in my opinion, trying to work on exercises like this and doing yoga flows that focus on these sorts of shoulder strengthening moves will keep you in really good shape when you decide to go back to the surf, or when the surf gets better and you suddenly realize you haven't been doing any sort of exercise to strengthen that. So just to get started, we're going to start seated. I keep saying that, seated, and just try to find yourself in a really calming, relaxed position. Maybe feel your spine really extended and tall. Maybe relax your shoulders back. You could rotate them a little bit as you try to find a place that's really balanced for you. And just breathing in and out nice and easy. Maybe noticing a few things that are going on around you. Maybe you could hear the waves, maybe you could feel the moisture of the sand beneath you if you're at the beach. Maybe you could sense the wind on your skin. Just anything to make you feel a little bit more present here. And then you're going to take a deep breath in and reach your hands all the way up. And then bring your hands together and exhale, bringing them centered. One more big breath in here. And a big exhale. We're going to slowly rock to all fours here. And just kind of place yourself here so that your hands are right beneath your shoulders, your knees right beneath your hips. And just start to play with movement here, maybe breathing in a cow, and pushing away, exhaling with a cat. As you exhale, maybe rocking your shoulders side to side and playing with that movement there. Inhaling cow, exhale with a cat. And another breath like that, inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to come back to tabletop here and just start to play with sinking your shoulders and what that feels like, and then pushing them all the way back out, making your body nice and hollow there. And just a couple movements like that. Inhaling as you sink, exhaling as you push away. Very similar to cat-cow, but now we're playing just with that shoulder motion here, with the shoulders controlling all of that movement. And then right away, we're going to push back, reaching back with your hips here. And you can start to shift one leg back or the other, bending one knee or the other if that feels good. And just pushing back, gripping the sand with your hands or the ground with your hands, and just pushing back through your shoulders, opening up your shoulders here. And then slowly shifting forward. If you realize that your shoulders are going over your hands and it's hurting your wrist there, you can just shift your hands slightly forward. We're going to come to a plank here. And just rocking back and forth, finding some nice balance here. Again, gripping the sand or the ground. Obviously, this grip is really important with your surfboard as well. So that's what we're doing here, just really gripping the ground, feeling how that would feel as holding that position here. And then you're going to lift your right arm all the way up, opening up here. Your feet can either stack on top or have the right foot in front of the left. And just play with opening the shoulder up here. Feel that release on the right shoulder as the left shoulder still holds yourself. And with your right arm all the way up, you can start to shift down to the left shoulder and then shift back up. Feel what that feels like to relax into the shoulder, and then feel what it feels like to push away as hard as you can. Maybe your arm's shaking a little bit there. And then sink one more time, and then push away. And then rotating that right arm back down. We're going to play with rocking back here again. And then a little break pushing back to that down dog. Again, maybe you're rocking those hips out a little bit, releasing those shoulders so that feels like to have that tension taken off there. And then rocking all the way back. This time we're going to lift that right arm all the way up. Again, either stacking those feet or keeping one in front of the other. And just play with opening that shoulder again, nice and easy. And then with that left arm reaching towards the sky, relax that right shoulder and then push back up. A little shoulder push up there again. Relax it, push it back up. Relax it, push it back up. And then releasing back down and nice and easy, pushing back to that down dog, relaxing there again. And lift that right leg all the way up, keeping it square, pulling that right hip down, the left hip's pushing back. And then we're gonna lean all the way forward, keeping that knee in between, and then do that same drop of the shoulders and push away. What does that feel like? Drop of the shoulders, push away. Maybe it doesn't feel good. Drop of the shoulders, push away. And then kicking that leg back up. Nice and easy there. Dropping that foot back down, and the same thing with the left leg, raising it all the way up, keeping that hip square, pulling that left hip down, right hip back. You might not get the leg as high otherwise, but that's fine. We're just keeping the hips square there. And then again, bringing that knee in between your hands here, and then sink down and push up. Relax, push up. Relax, breathe out, inhale, push up. And then kicking it back up, and then setting that back down. Now we're gonna lean forward back to that plank. I know our favorite position, rocking back and forth here for a second. Again, just holding it. Then we're gonna come down to a chaturanga. Bring it, pinching those elbows in, very similar to a pop-up motion, but reverse. And then holding that for 30 seconds. Breathing nice and easy. And then pushing up all those hips to sink back down. If you want to challenge here too, you can keep your knees elevated or just plant them. Give yourself a moment to breathe here. You could even feel yourself relaxing down your shoulders here. And how that feels, maybe rotating side to side. Nice little motions here. If you're not feeling that in your shoulders yet, that's totally fine. And we're gonna push back up nice and easy. Breathing in really big. Big exhale. So then we're gonna kick that right leg all the way up. And then kick it all the way through, planting it down, and then rising up to a high crescent. Whew. With that right foot stacked in front of the left, your knee should be right over your right foot. Just breathing in here. Inhaling as you rise a little bit. Exhaling as you sink down. And still feeling that motion, that opposite shape of your shoulders being up versus down, but still holding the weight of your arms here. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you sink. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you sink. And twisting open to the right, really easy here. Reaching back with that right arm and lifting with the left. Nice shoulder release. And then cartwheeling those arms back down to the ground. Kicking that right leg up. And then, if you didn't know it already, we're leaning that right leg forward, holding it there, and then relaxing and pushing back up. Relaxing, pushing back up. Relaxing, pushing back up. Kicking that leg all the way up, and then sinking it back down. We're going to come forward to our favorite plank again. Chaturanga hold. And then nice upward dog, nice and easy. And relaxing into the shoulders here a little bit. Whew. Now we're going to push back up to that downward dog, lifting that left leg square, kicking it through. Again, rising up to that high crescent. And big breaths here, just relaxing, holding that weight of your shoulders upward here. Inhaling as you rise up. Exhaling as you sink back down. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you sink back down. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, sinking back down. Opening up the shoulders to the left here, holding that for a breath. And then sliding that left arm back down, raising the right. Releasing the shoulders here. And then cartwheeling your hands back down. And as you may have guessed, kicking that left leg back up. Bringing it in between your arms here. Then relax, shoulders, lift them back up. Relax the shoulders, lift them back up. Relax the shoulders, lift them back up. And then kicking that leg up and settling it back down. Again, just playing with releasing the shoulders a little bit here. As you rock your hips back and forth. And then we're gonna come forward once more. Chaturanga down, holding that there for a breath. And then all the way down this time, nice and easy. Just pushing up into this gentle cobra, also something that you do often in pop-ups. Just keeping your hands flat beneath your shoulders here, arching your back very gently. But feeling how this could also be a very relaxed position, or it could be an active position. If you're feeling that activation is for you right now, you could do that activation again, or you could just let yourself sink down all the way. Maybe rocking out your neck a little bit, rocking out those shoulders a little bit. And come all the way back up to a downward dog. I'm very sandy now. And then we're gonna come forward to our favorite plank once more. This time opening up to the right, nice and easy here. Spinning that shoulder out, just releasing it. What that feels like for that right shoulder, again, to not have any weight. And then flipping over to the left once more. Opening up that shoulder here. And then back down. I'm gonna push once more to our favorite downward dog. And releasing back down here. At this point, just coming to a nice seated position. Stay facing this way. If you want, to start playing with little arm releases here, maybe reaching your right shoulder over and holding. Just releasing those muscles and all that strain we just did there. And then flipping it to the other side. Maybe reaching back with those shoulders. If that feels good, you can pull them back nice and easy. You can either stay there for a couple of breaths, or maybe start to lean forward if that feels good. But really, just choosing whichever position feels good for you here. Remembering to breathe. And releasing that right arm up. I'm going to cross it over, just holding that right arm back down, pulling it down with the left. If that feels good for you, you could just stay there. If you want to start to crawl that left hand back up and maybe grab a finger or two here and pull, that could open up that shoulder a little bit more. And just a couple breaths here. And then shaking that out and flipping it to the other side, left arm, pulling down with the right. You guys stay there for a couple of breaths. Or again, flipping that right shoulder over, maybe grabbing a finger for two. For me, this side's a little bit harder to grab. Maybe for you, both sides will be the same. Totally depends. And again, if this doesn't feel good, you could just keep holding your arm down in the original pose. Both are very effective in opening the shoulders up. One more breath here. And shaking it out. We're just going to come to a nice seated position here. Maybe shake your shoulders out one more time. Just really releasing them. Laying your hands flat. Just taking a couple breaths. Letting your shoulders relax again, feeling whatever is going on in your body right now. One more big breath. And one last big exhale. And that is it for this shorter side of the strengthening pop-up shoulder flow.